Good afternoon, students. How are you? I hope you all are fine. So, we are seeing the lesson of emergence of new kingdom in North India. Okay, emergence of new kingdom in North India. So, the dynasty which was ruled over by the Rajput kingdom is called as the Rajputana. Okay. So, what is the origin of Rajputs? There are three principal houses. They are Suryavamsi, the race of sun; Chandravamsi, the race of moon; Agnikula, the race of the fire god. And totally there are 36 royal Rajput clans are there. Among them, the four main clans are the Pratiharas, the Chauhans, the Chalukyas or Solankis, and the Paramaras of Pavas. Okay. And here we are going to see the Pratiharas. So, Pratiharas is otherwise called as the Gurjara Pratiharas. Okay. So, who led the foundation of Gurjara dynasty? Harichandra. Harichandra led the foundation of Gurjara dynasty. And who was the first prominent ruler? Nagabhatta I was the first prominent ruler. Okay, ma. So, after that, who was the last prominent ruler? Mihira Bhoja. Okay. So, Pratihara dynasty we had finished. So, how the Pratihara dynasty come to the end? Through the tripartite struggle. Is it no? So, what is meant by tripartite struggle? There was a prolonged tripartite struggle between the Gurjara Pratiharas of Malwa, the Rashtrakutas of Deccan, and the Palas of Bengal. Okay. As each one of them, they wanted to establish their supremacy over the fertile region of Kannauj. So, in this process, all the three powers were weakened. Okay. So, thus the Pratihara dynasty come to the end. So, after that, Gopala founded the Pala dynasty. Okay. So, after the death of the Gopala, after that, his son Dharmapala make a war against his father Gopala. He succeeded the Gopala and Dharmapala acquired the dynasty. So, he built over the Vikramasilla University. Okay, then. So, after that, Devapala has ruled over the country. After the death of the Devapala, so 5 kingdoms has ruled over this dynasty. But they didn't rule over and they didn't do anything for the common people. Okay. So, this dynasty quickly come to the end. Okay. So, it was not in the dominant power in North India. After that, the last king of the Pala dynasty is Mahipala I. What he done means, moreover, he reconstructed the Pala dynasty. He restored the Pala dynasty. Okay, see here, Mahipala I was the founder of Pala dynasty. Why we are saying the founder of Pala dynasty means, he restored the Pala dynasty into a new dynasty. Okay, ma. So, he was the most powerful ruler of Pala dynasty. Okay, but he cannot able to expand his invention throughout the other kingdom. Why means the Tamil Nadu king, that is the Rajendra Chola, give the impressive combined attack with the Mahipala. So, Mahipala's main focus, he need to save his own people. Okay, so he has no chance to left over to the other kingdom or no chance to expand his own kingdom. Okay, that is the major negativity of that Pala kingdom. So, slowly by slowly, after the death of the Mahipala I, slowly the kingdom come to the end. So, after that, the feudatories of the Pratihara people, again they fought with the common thing, and moreover they took over the dynasty. Okay, so the Chauhans is nothing but they are the feudatories of the Pratiharas. Okay, ma. So the Chauhan dynasty capital is at Sagampari. The capital is at Sagampari, and mostly it was founded by the Simharaji. Okay. So, he is otherwise called as the founder of the city of Ajmer. So, if they are asking in the one word, you need to write. So, who founded the city of Ajmer? Simharaji founded the city of Ajmer. Okay. So, they are the feudatories of Pratiharas. So the last king was Prithviraj Chauhan. Okay, the last king was Prithviraj Chauhan. He mostly ruled over the country in a very good manner, but he need to focus and he fought against the war of Arabian people to come let over to our kingdom. But he cannot able to win it, and he was defeated and killed by the Muhammad of Ghori, who was the Persian kings. Okay, ma. So that itself the Chauhan dynasty also come to the end. Okay. So up to that we had seen about in the previous classes. I hope you understand that. If you are having any doubt, just please contact me. Okay. So today we are going to see that contribution of Rajputs to art and architecture. Contribution of Rajputs to art and architecture. Moreover, the Rajput courts were the centers of culture. That means they are very well versed in the literature, music, dance, painting, fine arts and sculptures. Okay, so what is the specific style of Rajput paintings means? It's a Rajasthani painting. Their style of painting is called as the Rajasthani paintings. That means they used the Rajasthani style of painting in Bikaner, Jodhpur, Jaisalmer, all in Rajasthan. Mostly if you see the Rajasthan palace or Jaipur palace, you can see over that mostly the painting palace is covered by the Rajasthani painting only. Okay. So, it's a center of culture to develop the literature, music, dance, painting, fine arts and the sculptures, and moreover they are following the style of Rajasthani painting. And another one I need to say that, so these common Rajput peoples only, they introduce the tradition of Raksha Bandhan. What is in Raksha Bandhan? So moreover they used to tie the Rakhi in the brothers or sisters' hand, is it no? That's a Raksha Bandhan function mostly celebrated in North India. So it was introduced by the Rajputs. So why it was introduced means, Raksha means it's a protection. Bandhan means to tie. That's a Raksha Bandhan, protection to tie. So mainly it was celebrating for the brotherhood and love. Okay, so it is believed that if a woman tie a Rakhi around the wrist of male members, it means they are treating them like a brothers, and such men are placed under an obligation to protect the girls. That's the main thing of Raksha Bandhan. Okay, so you know that I think so Rabindranath Tagore started a mass Raksha Bandhan festival during the partition of Bengal in 1905. So why means to encourage the Hindu and Muslim women to tie a Rakhi on men from the other community and make them their brothers. Okay, so this was designed to counter the British effort to create a divide between the Hindu and the Muslim. That is the main focus for celebrating the Raksha Bandhan. So it was introduced by the Rajputs people. Okay, ma. See here. Next one, architecture. Architecture. So Khajuraho, the Sun Temple in Konark, and the Dilwara Temple in Mount Abu, Kandharia Temple in Madhya Pradesh. It's the main focal artistic development built over by the Rajput dynasty. Okay, that is the contribution of Rajputs in architecture. Okay, see. The temple the Rajput rulers built won the admiration of the art critics. That means best example for the architecture. Okay, so they built moreover 30 temples in Khajuraho, and the Sikaras of Khajuraho temples was the most elegant. Okay, that means the exterior and the interior part of the temples adorned with the fine sculpture. So if you see the picture, it was a Sun Temple picture. You can see that. See the architecture they had built over in the external view. Okay, so mostly these temples are dedicated to Jain Kirtankaras and the Hindu deities like Shiva and Vishnu. Okay, ma. So there are totally 16. So there are totally 16 Hindu temples and Jain temples at the oceans. So which is 32 miles away from the Jodhpur. Okay. So next one is contribution of Palas to culture. Contribution of Palas to culture. Mostly they followed the Eastern India Act. Okay, the Palas were adherents to the Mahayana school of Buddhism only. Mostly they were the pattern of Buddhism, and they built most Buddhism temples and the famous university of Nalanda and Vikramashila. Okay, it was through their missionaries that Buddhism was established in Tibet. Okay, so they celebrated the Buddhism monk Atisha, who reformed the Tibetan Buddhism, and the president of Vikramashila monastery. Okay, ma. So the Palas also maintained the cordial relationship with the Hindu Buddhist states of Sailendras of Sumatra and Java. Okay, so this Pala art is called as the Eastern India art. Okay, Eastern India art. So they celebrated the Buddha and other divinities, and moreover they used the bronze sculptures from this area. They played an important part in the spread of Indian culture in Southeast Asia. Okay, after, so they used palm leaf paintings. They used the palm leaf paintings. Okay. Advent of Islam's. Moreover, Islam's as a religious faith originated in the Mecca in Arabia. So here the founder of Islam was Prophet Muhammad. So the caliphate representative of Prophet Muhammad, there are two early caliphates were Umayyad and the Abbasids. So today we can finish over these portions. After that we can see over in the next class. Okay, thank you ma.